Conjuring Last Rites is the fourth film in the Conjuring franchise and the supposed final film in the Conjuring universe. Depending on box office, if you ask me. The film once again follows the Warrens as they help a family in Pennsylvania with a possible demonic haunting in what would become their final investigation, having taken a toll on their family. In my opinion, the Conjuring franchise as a whole is so much fun. I mean, true, half of the films aren't that great, and in no way are they at all based on the true stories that they always claim that they're a part of, but I'm sorry, as a haunted house franchise, this universe is so much fun for anyone like me who enjoys the spooky, scary, pop out of the shadows type of horror that the Halloween season brings in, and not so much the technically better, more sophisticated horror of, say, an A24 movie. There is a place for the Conjuring franchise, and there is an audience, and for the majority of the Conjuring franchise, I am a part of that audience. And I was so excited to see what is supposedly, again, I doubt it, their last film in the entire franchise. And for better or worse, this is everything we have come to know, love, and hate about this universe. Let's start with the good. For one, and easily the best thing about not only this movie, but the entirety of the Conjuring franchise, the Warrens. Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga are so fantastic in these films. They have such believable, old-fashioned soulmate chemistry with each other, and you just can't help but love every single scene they're in together. This is a couple that completes each other so well, but has believable fears that any loving couple would have in scenarios like these. Ed Warren as the protective husband that is physically weaker than what he lets on as, and Lorraine Warren as the heart, soul, and mind of this duo. They complete each other so well, and you love seeing them on screen together, just as much as you love seeing everyone in this movie on screen together. Everyone in this film, from the Warrens to their daughter's fiance, are so likable, and you like seeing these people so much that just watching a scene of them at a barbecue, you are completely entertained. I will also give credit where credit is due. Before I start hashing on the scares in the film, I will admit there are plenty of either scares or build-ups in this movie that are proper creepy. A lot of use of shadow and uncanny valley in those sequences, a lot of silences that are just extremely eerie, and all of it brought to you by some really impressive long shots and tracking sequences. The majority of what made the Conjuring films great in the first place is represented very well in this film. Unfortunately, what made the Conjuring films very divisive is also in this film. For one thing, the scares. Again, the build-up to a lot of the scares and overall the more silent moments are actually very creepy. But at the end of the day, it's a jump scare. Every single one of those build-ups you know is leading to a jump scare, and I'm sorry, the jump scare is just so predictable every single time it happens in this film, and you just know what's gonna happen. You know what the jump scare is going to be. It's just going to be a spooky face. That's it. Different variations of a spooky face potentially, but again, at the end of the day, just a spooky face. And for as much as I love the build-up, it's so predictable that it just feels drawn out, as does the rest of the film. This movie is so incredibly slow. It takes so long for the Warrens to even consider to help this family in Pennsylvania. And for the majority of the film, you're just following the Warrens in their day-to-day lives, which again, I do appreciate, but at the end of the day, this is a horror movie. Let us see the Warrens face off against the ghosts. And you do see the ghosts interact with the family every once in a while, but 90% of the time, you're stuck with the Warrens and you don't really get to know the family that well. There's also a lot of tone inconsistencies in this film. There's a lot of emotional moments, immediately followed by very lighthearted moments, immediately followed by very scary moments, sometimes within the exact same minute. And it's like that throughout the film. It feels like tonal whiplash in every single scene in mere seconds. But at the end of the day, let's be honest, the biggest problem of this film, much like every single movie in the Conjuring universe, is the based on a true story. Absolutely none of this feels like it's based on a true story. Even if you just look up the umbrella investigation of this movie, you know the majority of it never happened. Maybe 1% of it actually happened, and that is just the important details. 99% of it never happened, and there is no attempt at making it feel like it actually happened. But again, if you're a fan of this franchise going into the theater, I'm pretty sure you know already that there is relatively no basis in reality to what's on screen as compared to what actually happened. If you're a fan of this franchise, you are here to see the Warrens be great, some good cinematography, and some decent scares. And to be fair, this film does have quite a bit of that. But if you're not a fan of this franchise and think this is going to change you in any way, it's definitely not. There's a lot of tone inconsistencies, it's very slow, the scares are drawn out and predictable, and there is no basis in reality. I will give credit where credit is due. As the final film in this franchise, there is a good sense of finality to it all. I'm going to give The Conjuring Last Rites a C-. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are the best. And don't forget to click subscribe and click that bell icon down below to stay up to date on all things movie, all things TV, all things nerd.